Kaiser today, be aware where Joey Bosa is, the All-American defensive lineman, number 97, who lined up inside on the first play. Raekwon McMillan, the linebacker, came on a blitz, and Kaiser escaped. Got ahead. Josh Adams is the running back. They hope C.J. Prosise can play today, their leading rusher. He's been bothered by an ankle injury. Adams, the fresh eyes on the interior of that offensive line. They think they can handle Bosa inside. Kaiser looked like he was going to get swarmed under, escaped a couple of times, and then finally got freshman punter Tyler Newsome in to punt. Jalen Marshall back deep to receive it. And a good kick over the head of Marshall. Takes a good bounce for a moment for Notre Dame and then into the end zone. Barrett, who gives them more of a running threat. And his first throw is on target to Michael Thomas, their leading receiver.
They went at a fast pace.
Inside handoff to one of the best running backs in the country, one of the best in Ohio State. The Irish bring a blitz. Barrett just did get it off, complete to Braxton Miller, and he is ruled.
Delivers a catchable ball to Braxton Miller.
Now they hand it to Braxton Miller. Terrific move. He's across midfield and into Irish territory. They get quickly to the line of scrimmage. The fake to Ezekiel Elliott. A good catch by Jalen Marshall. And he's dropped after a 7-yard. And obviously a problem with Todd's mic. We're working to correct it. Ezekiel Elliott up the middle. Excuse me, it's J.T. Barrett after the fake to.
Got Notre Dame on their heels.
Elliott powers ahead, runs over would-be tacklers to
defense on the number of calls you can make.
Barrett keeps after the fake to Elliott.
Ball position.
Third down and 1. Elliott, touchdown. Impressive opening drive by last year's national champs.
Sean, it's almost too easy. I mean, when they have balance, and one of the things Ohio State struggled in was consistency throwing the football. They established the pass on the first drive. That allowed them to do this. Then when you have Ezekiel Elliott, your All-American, taking Jalen Smith, Notre Dame's All-American, into the end zone, and a good surge by that offensive line is a good sign for Ohio State.
Sean Nurnberger to attempt the extra point. And it is good. Also, Nick Watkins, a third-string corner, got the start today, the first of his career. C.J. Sanders from the 2 and gets only to the 12-yard line. Fan in Toledo near the Michigan border. Swings it out wide. Amir Carlisle dances across. 4 receivers spread the formation now for Notre Dame on 2nd and 7. And the pass drops. C.J. Prosise. Darren Lee also up on the line. And flags before the snap for a false start against Notre Dame.
False start. Offense. Number 78. 5-yard penalty. Still third down.
The Football Writers Association of America. Straight ahead on the run. Josh Adams didn't go far. There's Tyler Newsome to punt for the second time. The first one traveled 58 yards into the end zone. This one's much shorter. Bounces right into the hands of Jalen Marshall. And he's chopped down at the Notre Dame race series. Obstacle races all over the country this year. J.T. Barrett with the great field position. Wide open receiver. Marcus Baugh.
That's a lot of the time. Now they have execution on running and passing.
J.T. Barrett lost the football. Curtis Samuel now goes in motion. He lined up on the right hip of Barrett. Michael Thomas. Touchdown, Ohio State.
Well, if you're not going to get up and challenge a wide receiver and give him too much room to operate, J.T. Barrett is on target and on time today. They motion to quads. You have a one-on-one situation, and there's no challenge by Watkins. Now, it's interesting to me that Ohio State would challenge Watkins. Why wouldn't you, Sean? He's the third corner that Notre Dame has in this football game.
Lots of problems on defense now for Notre Dame. Compound. And Jack Willoughby kicks off for the third time already. Not even midway through the first quarter. C.J. Sanders in trouble again. Excellent special.
Something Coach Meyer was concerned about, Todd, is a mass exodus. I'm talking about Jalen Marshall's a guy that's been thinking about coming out.
What a catch. One. Josh Adams, the freshman, is the running back. And he ran into Bosa almost immediately. Walter Camp, the American Football Coach Association, and the most important one, ESPN.com, of course. Torrey Hunter again. Very near.
Thank goodness you said.
Yeah.
You said Chris Spielman. I would have literally fainted.
You were the most humble person I know. Josh Adams. 5 receivers spread the field for Deshaun Kaiser, and he threw it away. Terrible decision, and Tyvis Powell picked it off. The safety banged down by Josh Adams. Mother Cruz.
Personal foul, targeting. With the crown of the helmet, defense, number 97.
Whoa!
15-yard penalty from the previous spot. The previous play is under further review.
That's Joey Bosa. Of course, it'll be reviewed by John Bible in the replay booth.
Here comes Bosa closing in on Deshaun. I think the problem if you lead with your head, Doug.
Doug Rhodes is the former supervisor of officials for the ACC, longtime on the field official, with us here today. What do you think, Doug?
Well, one of the initial elements always of targeting, there's 2 types. One against the defensive player, second one is use of the crown. Lowering the head, and you see right here, lowers the head, goes right into the frame with the crown. That's targeting.
After review, the ruling on the field is confirmed. Number 97 is disqualified.
Wow. So Bosa, who's been dominant here in the first 9.5 minutes, is out of the game. But a huge break for the Irish offense. They don't have to contend with Bosa.
Wilford with a rollout pass right off the first time, going after the side that Bosa was normally on.
No doubt this could be a huge game changer. Everything going Ohio State's way early.
He's on a cart. We have no official word, but it does not appear that he'll be back today.
I think everything that's at stake for his future, there'd be no reason to put him back in, and certainly with the look on his face, he was biting that towel.
Offense,
distraught.
number 68, 5-yard penalty, still first down.
Offensive coordinator, a lot easier. After the false start penalty against Mike McGlinchey, Deshaun Kaiser could not get away from Darren Lee. Well, now possessions. Josh Adams. But slowed by Sam Huff. 3rd and 18. They're not in field goal range in all likelihood. And a pop-up over the head of Durham's. So after some consideration, Coach Kelly sent Tyler Newsome on to punt. And nice coverage down the Irish. Charlie Weiss and Jim Tressel, the coaches. J.T. Barrett after the fake. Swung it out wide for Michael Thomas. Design run for Barrett. Brian Kelly said Sean Crawford would have been the nickel, but he tore an ACL in the preseason. Barrett got popped, but got it off for a first down. Jalen Marshall.
The zone and hits it.
Hit by James Onwalu on the last play of blitzing line.
Notre Dame in their secondary, instead of trying to work the vertical game, which they've struggled, to trying to get their receivers the ball to go beat them one-on-one.
Braxton Miller chased out. They've been a very fast starting team this year. J.T. Barrett Couldn't find anywhere to throw it. Now he takes off running and weaves his way very close to a first down.
And you just got the next guy up. That's been their mentality all year.
4th down and 1. The Buckeyes lining up as if they might go for it, and they will. And Barrett. Well, Notre Dame on the short end of the Bush push, and that time it was the Z.
But it was a rule before, but they've kind of eliminated that now. It's from behind.
Barrett, after faking the handoff, charges across the 38. Notre Dame crowded the line of scrimmage. Never really did get that close to Barrett, who threw a sinker for 82 yards and a touchdown. Here comes a Notre Dame blitz right up the middle, and they forced a quick throw.
Jersey before the ball got there.
Cameron Johnston in the punt, the native Australian. Not a very good kick. Shank to the right. Clemson, congratulations to those two terrific teams, the top 2 in the rankings. Sean Kaiser going deep on first down. Well, you're feisty today. You shouldn't have stayed at that New Year's Eve party so late last night. But you were up to about 7 o'clock, I believe, p.m. Kaiser, an accomplished
game of his career.
3rd down and short. And if they got it, Kaiser, it wasn't by much.
Low man wins. It's a good surge.
I don't think he got it based on where the ball is. Ohio State crowds the middle. Kaiser under center at 6'4½". He gets a shove in the back from Josh Adams. And those officials from both sides running right along that yellow line. We'll see where they put the ball down.
Well, Ohio State knew that was coming. Did you notice how everybody shifted in for the quarterback sneak before Kaiser came to the line of scrimmage? It's a good job by Luke Fickell, Chris Ash, future coach.
Durham Smythe, the tight end, went in motion. Kaiser, the play fake, looking back for Adams. There's a flag down. Adams came out on a wheel route. There's a flag down. This one
Pass
downfield.
interference. Defense, number 37. 15-yard penalty. Automatic first down.
An athlete who's done everything right. Dexter Williams, just his 20th carry of the year. He got bumped around after a gain of 1. Here's Cassidy Hubbard. Harbaugh and Jim McElwain. Quick pass, Will Fuller. Just as catches the last 2 seasons than anybody in the country for Fuller, but slowed today by that injured ankle. There's Torrey Hunter. That's a backward pass. It'll be a double pass. Torrey Hunter a little bit too long, or it would have been a 2nd and 10. Kaiser on target. Namir Carlisle ducked his head. Kaiser. Good catch. Tracy sprinkled 93 in there now. He's played very little during the year. Kaiser the keeper. Kaiser down a yard zone from the 12-yard in, where in particular they've struggled. They've spent a lot of time on this in the ball practice. Out in the flat, caught. Down here. He decided to hand it off. Good decision. Josh Adams has Notre Dame on the board.
Tremendous job of offensive line opening up the hole for Josh Adams, who's getting low and skinny to that ground and surging across the goal line. But what a great effort by that offensive line to create that little seam for Adams to burst through.
Justin Yoon, the freshman who's had a terrific year as the kicker, adds the extra point. Made a freshman was ejected for targeting. Tyler Newsome kicks off. Curtis Samuel. Curtis Samuel. Nice return, started in the end zone. Pull or lift your teammate. Doug Rhodes in the booth with us today. JT Barrett.
I booed him when they both came in, made him feel welcome.
As you are trained to do. On 3rd and 3, Barrett off short, and a nifty move by Braxton Miller to get the first down.
Your only option to get that favorable matchup.
Miller playing the last game of his great career at Ohio State. Barrett's throw, mostly a wide receiver, unselfishly, and he's been effective in that role. 2nd and 10. Barrett out of bounds, and it's interesting, 47. J.T. Barrett followed Ezekiel Elliott, who's a great blocker, and he got the first down.
And then decided to do what to do on 4th down.
The fake to Elliott, and the pass batted down. Sheldon.
But eventually, when things get a little tight, they go to 15.
They go to him here with all kinds of running room, untouched into the secondary, and
getting to the second level, Spring Elliott.
Elfline got out there. There was so much empty space, he had no one to block. Barrett thought about a late pitch, kept it.
Keep the tempo going.
Notre Dame crowded the line. Elliott bouncing off tacklers, lunging for the end zone. The ball came out. He's marked down shy of the goal line.
Quick.
And Elliott scores. Flag down at the line of scrimmage. The touchdown will stand. They were offside on the defense.
Right there, 15, Sean. We talked about it, right? Get him the football to get yourself in rhythm and momentum, and let him go and wear down the opponent.
Sean Nurnberger, sophomore kicker, on for the extra point. He's from an athletic family. His dad, Kai Nurnberger, was a basketball star.
Chance to watch Christian McCaffrey play. Please watch him.
Heisman Trophy finalist for Stanford. Another kickoff out of bounds, second of the day for Jack Willoughby. Here's Cassidy Hubbard.
Great year this year, and Jim Harbaugh. Great hire by Don Brown, the defensive coordinator from Boston College.
Josh Adams ejected for targeting. With his team ahead 14-0, it also wiped out an interception by Tyvis Powell. Kaiser just throws it down the field. Hunter had stopped. Notre Dame Fighting Irish. 4-man rush. And the throw too long. Chris Brown looked like he was. Tyler Newsome to punt again. His 4th punt of the day, and another good one. Jalen Marshall, the over-the-shoulder catch at the 10. This is the old out-kick the coverage situation here. And they're finally able to catch up with Marshall and gang tackle. 1,700 yards, 4th highest single season total in school history. Just recently moved past Eddie George for #2 all-time.
He has actually run blocking, but he's also a solid pass protector from that RB position.
Junior, but he's already said it'll be his final game. Elliott carries 4 or 5 more juniors who might depart early for the NFL draft. Swing pass for Elliott. First down the sideline, still in bounds, and belted out of bounds.
He's a very reliable receiver.
26 catches entering today. They go into the bag of tricks. Versatile all-around player, Jalen Marshall, a high school quarterback, and an accomplished.
Him out there blocking in space, but he does have excellent hands.
First and goal. Barrett kept it. And the Buckeye fans chanting Z. Tim Beck on the left, co-coordinators. And Elliott has his 3rd touchdown of the game.
Notre Dame's not even lined up. I mean, they're tired and fatigued. O'Gore, number 45, is trying to get from one side of the line of scrimmage to the other. They're not even in their 3-point stance. There's no pad level. There's no surge. And the offensive line for Ohio State is ready to go on the snap. And Zeke again finding the end zone.
Again, for those who joined us late, Jalen Smith, the best linebacker in the country, suffered a leg injury early in the game. He has not returned, and that has really hurt an already injury.
Miss in the hole, and that's what you need to separate yourself in the NFL.
Jack Willoughby's kickoff stays inbounds this time, and they hired Brian Kelly. It seems the situations have worked out very well for both men, both schools. Will Fuller by Northwestern Neutral in the All-State Sugar Bowl. Kaiser, sinker, short. Big the handoff to Adams. Kaiser ahead for 4. We've seen very little of.
So it's going to be a great game and a great matchup.
I think they are the 2 best teams in the country. We'll see which one emerges as the national champion. There's a quick pop to Corey Robinson. And he is spun down at the 44. Kaiser. Robinson again. Big target.
Good job of boxing out Garyon Conley.
Kaiser doing a good job of getting him up quickly. Fires again for Robinson. 3 catches in a round
to knock it away.
Gains of 14, 12, and 15. Kaiser now going to the end zone for Fuller. And it's over his head. Our ESPN colleagues. 2nd and 10. Plenty of time now left for Notre Dame in the half. Kaiser. Pump fake. Got away from Joshua Perry. First down, out of bounds. Lunge for the pylon and got it apparently. Touchdown. And the officials conferring. Look from here that he went out of bounds shy of it. Extended the ball above the pylon. And here's Hubert Owens, the referee.
Ruling on the field is a touchdown.
And that'll be reviewed by John Bible.
Just a great individual effort by Deshaun Kaiser, showing speed and quickness at a big man at 240 pounds.
The previous play is under further review.
Yeah, that's not a touchdown. I wonder if the field judge got confused because the punt.
After review, the ruling is that the ball carrier was out at the half-yard line. The football never broke the plane of the goal line. It'll be 1st and goal.
Throughout the year for Notre Dame, can they punch it in from the 1? They do have a timeout. Kaiser follows Adams. Touchdown, Notre Dame. Terrific drive. It's only the first half, Chris, but that's one they really had to have when it looked like the game was getting away from them at 28-7 late in the half. They went 75 yards in just 9 plays and took only 1:19 to do it. 10th rushing touchdown of the season for Kaiser. He had been tied for the single season record with Tony Rice and Rick Myra. Stays on as the holder for Justin Yoon out of Milton Academy in Massachusetts. 5 plays on that
this past year because he understood it. He had to understand the whole game to become the best quarterback he could be. Put a lot of time and effort into that.
And I was never a lover of football, but I have learned to love it, particularly the chess game part of it. There's Samuel spinning around. A lot of effort. 5-yard field goal by Conrad Uclopina of Stanford as time expired. Oh, so. Tyler Newsome kicks off. Some confusion on the back end.
His all-star game, so he has to show out today because this is going to be his last game to impress the scouts.
And there are a lot of NFL people here. Elliott weaves fourth. JT Barrett throws short, juggled, and dangerously so in traffic by Jalen Marshall. He was able to snitch. His teammates hold him. Trying to force a 3 and out. Throw back by Barrett. Nice call, beautifully executed, and Michael Thomas has the first down.
Getting a block on number 45, Okor. Great call.
JT Barrett with a hole, running right. He has another first down. Across the 50, the half. Elliott runs over Jarrett Grace and goes to the full
power of Elliott. That's the result.
Barrett all day to throw. Throws a deep ball. Single coverage and belted away by Nick Watkins. And suspension. He certainly hasn't embarrassed himself. Barrett after another fake to Elliott. First down to the 35-yard line. Quick look at personnel. It's easier to make the call more quickly. He's also the offensive line coach, and most of the time the coordinator, I think, should be in the booth. Elliott, that line gave him a lot of time, but it's a deflected pass, and it's intercepted by Joe Schmidt. And he brings it back to the 42-yard line.
Well, when you haven't played since preseason, Jerron Jones, number 94, is going to come in and create havoc on J.T. Barrett with a nice swim move, not quitting, running through the block of Ezekiel Elliott and just giving tremendous effort to deflect the pass. And your captain, Joe Schmidt, making a big play. Look at the effort there, beating two blockers and getting high in the sky to get a block shot.
First interception of the year for Joe Schmidt, to the chagrin of Urban Meyer. Jerron Jones hadn't played all season long until today as a result of his preseason knee injury. Brian Van Gorder told us yesterday he's never been particularly strong in the lower body, but he has great upper body strength, and you'll see an example of that in the game, and there it was. He powered through a couple of blockers. Josh trying to capitalize now, 2nd and 3. Raekwon McMillan, the linebacker, trying to blitz. Kaiser with time, caught. Chris Brown inside the 35 and wrestled out of bounds by Eli. Nobody on the offensive line looked comfortable, or Kaiser, early in the game when Bosa was causing problems. Josh Adams, the hard-earned return. What is almost certain to be the last game for both juniors. They flip it to Amir Carlisle. He picks up blocks on the perimeter and is tackled by Ty. Trying to make it a one-score game. Again in the white zone, as Brian Kelly calls it, where they've struggled. Incomplete. Saw number 10, Alize Jones. They said in particular they'd like to get him more involved, and it's a shovel pass to him. And he got driven back after he reached.
Fuller up top with Apple. Great individual matchup at the top.
And it's the fade, and it's caught by Chris Brown. Touchdown Notre Dame as he got away from Garyon Conley.
Well, he dropped this one in the bucket. This is a nice read between the receiver and the quarterback. The receiver is beyond the defensive back. You throw it over his head. If the defensive back is in front of the receiver, you throw the back shoulder fade.
Got a foot down with possession of the ball. It's a touchdown for Brown, the senior from Hanahan, South Carolina. Consummate team guy, in the words of close out the first half. And now they score after the first turnover of the game by either team. Tyler Newsome's kickoff about 8 yards deep, and Jalen Marshall took it. Ezekiel Elliott taken down by Matthias Farr. Not as athletically gifted as some, but he's around the ball, and he has been today. Michael Thomas yanked down by Nick Watkins. His 5th catch of the day. Elliott in trouble behind the line and won't get back to the with it. Well, JT told us during the week he likes it when they play fast. He takes it down, has running room, and gets knocked down by Nick. 3rd down and 5, more than midway through the 3rd quarter. A 7-point lead for the Buckeyes. 4-man rush. Barrett throws, caught by Jalen Marshall. 1st down. Playing as hard as he can in his final game. High snap. Elliott found a crease and may find the end zone. Touchdown, Ohio State.
I talked about this player. He doesn't catch a lot of passes. He will in the NFL, but he's an outstanding blocker. He's going to get the spring block. They're going to have 2 pullers. And watch Nick Van Nett come off, seal off the inside. Then when Ezekiel Elliott gets to the secondary, he's a strong sprinter and has the ability to finish runs from a long distance.
Sean Nurnberger for the extra point. Alongside him, Jack Willoughby kicks off. C.J. Sanders thought about it. It was only a couple yards deep, but the kickoff cover. Brian Van Gorder's coached a long time, 7 years in the NFL, and he said he thinks Smith is going to be a great player in the National Football League. Here's Josh Adams. Got through Tyba's freshman record now, 802 rushing yards for Josh Adams. The previous mark, 786 for Derek. Longest run ever by a freshman in college football history. Won't go 98 this time, but he does die.
So now players have to start defeating their own blockers like Michael Hill did right there.
Hill, the third member. Tommy Shutt, key member of that defensive front, out with a broken foot. Fuller with Garyon. Third down and 10 from midfield. Kaiser trying to design roll away from the rush, and he threw an interception. Tyvis Powell, second time he has picked one off today. The first one got wiped out by the Bosa targeting call. This one stands.
Well, they started out with a zone with a pressure look. Then they drop off to a zone pressure. So he's thinking, man, Tyvis Powell's no way going to be in that hole. But Tyvis Powell running and playing routes. It's the way to do it.
Third interception of the season and the first Notre Dame turnover. Turnovers have been a problem this year for Notre Dame, -5 for the year. They were -4 in the two losses. Stanford and Clemson. Zeke. Elliott in trouble. And dropped by Jared Grace. Four-man rush, no penetration at all. Thomas can't get away from Cole Luke. Typically would see a fake. Cameron Johnston punts it away. And it'll be downed inside the 5-yard line. McDonough, Chris Spielman, Todd McShay. Happy New Year. Happy to have you with us. The start of a great day of bowl action here on ESPN. Oh, Kaiser, awkward throw. Looked like he got tangled up in traffic. Lobbed it out for Will Fuller. But Nelson on that line has started every game this year, and Nelson started all but 2. Kaiser, driven back by Raekwon McMillan. Head coach at Rutgers and the Tampa Bay Bucks is going to take Ash's spot in Columbus. 3rd and 5. Kaiser running out of time, incomplete in the direction of Torrey Hunter. 13th assistant from an Urban Meyer staff to become a head coach. 10 of them are active. Jalen Marshall fielded the Newsome punt. They got clubbed down by Torrey Hunter at the 48.
During the return, holding on the receiving team, number 13, 10-yard penalty, first down.
J.T. Barrett, quick pop to Curtis Samuel, former running back. First, final minute of the third quarter. Ohio State has not trailed in the game. Led by 21 at one point. Against the 65th ranked rushing defense in the regular season in the country, Notre Dame. Short completion to Jalen Marshall. He got spun down. Arizona Cardinals, and on the right of that picture was Steve Keim, the general manager of the Cardinals. 2 Super Bowl caliber teams will go head to head here. 8 team
should be in line for a couple GM jobs that may be open this offseason in the NFL. He's earned it.
On 1st and 10, Barrett the play fake. Good coverage in the secondary, so JT runs and gets about 8.
College football, you got a running quarterback. It's hard.
Barrett fires, caught. Michael Thomas, the nephew of Keith's 2 seasons combined. Barrett, look out. Andrew Trumbett from New Jersey, ordinarily a backup, but he sees a lot of time. 2nd and 16, back to Ezekiel Elliott, and back into the red zone. Part of their offense last year when they had the speedy Devin Smith, but they haven't been able to throw it deep. Not a lot of field to throw it into, but they throw it to Thomas, and he dropped the ball.
Harder on his family than he is himself.
Nurnberger just did sneak it in. A big field goal for Sean Nurnberger, 37 yards. First field goal attempt of the game for either team. back to a 3-score game with just 12:10 to go in Glendale.
Coker's more comfortable at the quarterback position.
I told there about a touchdown favorite. Those are two great teams. C.J. Sanders brings the kickoff back to the 16 again. Outstanding coverage. Kaiser scrambles for a yard. Chop. Joshua Perry from the linebacker position comes on a blitz. Didn't get there. Here's Fuller in the clear. On the sore ankle. Does he have enough? Yes. Touchdown Irish. He ran away from Von Bell. 81 yards. .106 yards receiving. Obviously, most of it on that play. His 8th touchdown catch of the year of at least 45 yards.
And they're working on Conley. Garyon slips, and nobody's going to catch Will Fuller once he gets out in the open space. The adjustment Ohio State needs to make next time they play man-to-man, you have to take Eli Apple, put your good on their good, and get Conley off of them. They're going to come back, and they're going to keep attacking them.
Justin Yoon, the freshman, hails from Nashville, Tennessee, adds the extra point. Every pass from Troy Smith. Jalen Marshall brings back the Tyler Newsome kickoff. All the way to the 37-yard line. Their 15th touchdown of the year of at least 50 yards. That is the single-season Notre Dame record. Ezekiel Elliott. Just a 3-man rush. Barrett throws short, incomplete. Broke. The play clock at 1. 4-man rush. They twist inside. Didn't get there. First down. Nick. The game. They both shifted to the right. Manette with Marcus Ball. Elliott off the left side. Tackle tradition before the Michigan game. Seniors get up and speak, and Decker was very emotional. Helped get them back up after that. On 3rd and 3, design keep for Barrett. First down. Gave a little stiff arm to Cole. Football. He's over 100 yards now with 101 on 20 carries. Ryan Kelly said the first job of the defense, stop the run game of Barrett. They haven't done it. High throw there over the head of Jay. 13 hours to be here today. JT throws off the hands of Samuel.
Elliott, so that tells him it's automatic zone.
Pressure on JT Barrett. Hit as he throws, incomplete. Intended for Jalen. Notre Dame blitzes. They're in the face of Barrett. He throws off the hands of Marshall and incomplete. Flag down in the secondary.
Well, they got Marshall.
Holding. Defense, number 36, on an eligible pass receiver. 10-yard penalty, automatic first down.
Out, threw him off the route. Good call, tough call against the Irish, but the right one. Blitz again. Now they're selling out. They kind of have to in this situation. Elliott run down from behind by Andrew. 7 minutes to go. They snapped it with 2. 5-man rush, and they're going to get Barrett down near the 25. Loss. 1 for 2 this season. 1 for 1 today. Hit from 37, and that's a lot like the first one, just inside the left upright from 38. So they add to the lead, and they take time off the clock. 6:09 to go. The Buckeyes 41, the Irish 28. C.J. Sanders hesitated, and he's in trouble again. Boy, the kickoff coverage has been fantastic for Ohio State. The penalty against Notre Dame on 4th down resulted in an extra 2 minutes and 2 seconds coming off the clock. 6:02 to go as Kaiser throws a deep ball, and Chris Brown couldn't run under it. Might play in the NFL. Junior safety Von Bell, one of the best in the country. This might be the end of his career. Kaiser knocked down by Taekwon.
Only up at the top, matched up with Chris Brown.
3rd down and 11. Kaiser sacked again, swung down by Sam Hubbard. In for the ejected Joey Bosa.
Well, Sam Hubbard, again, the future of the Ohio State pass rush, right here working on Quentin Nelson. He's had such great quick shot. First of all, he sets him up inside, and he uses his right arm, turns his shoulders, and like all Ohio State pass rushers, he's able to turn and flip those hips to close the gate. And that's Notre Dame's at a disadvantage because Ohio State's, all their pass rushers' ears are pinned back in a 3-point track stance, taken off on a sprinter race to the quarterback. And that's tough on offensive linemen.
4th and 18 from the 2. Notre Dame has to punt with 4.5 minutes to go. Jalen Marshall caught the low line drive. Ohio State's had a big edge, and special teams played it.
The game has been clicking today, which they've been looking for all year.
Elliott inside the 20. Then again, Barrett snapped it with 8. They certainly could take a little more time off the clock. Joe Schmidt. Joey Bosa targeting ejection. Jalen Smith for Notre Dame, a left leg injury. J.T. Barrett. Conservative play on 3rd and 6. And Notre Dame will use its first timeout with 2:47 to go. His first 2 made field goals of the year. He'd only tried 1 prior to today. That's his spot. A little bit more toward the center that time. There's a nice little draw. McShay wishes he had that off the tee at Whisper Rock. Last 3 possessions, 3 field goals for the Buckeyes. And now a 16-point lead. C.J. Sanders will try again. Boy, if we had an MVP of the game, it might be the kickoff coverage team for Ohio State.
Both 2 very tough physical football teams. It'll be a fun one to watch.
Josh Adams out to the 30. The season went on. They kept winning, beat some good teams at the end of the year. Then really gave Michigan State a battle in the Big Ten championship game. They earned 4-man rush. Kaiser throws. Brown the catch.
Yards. I think defense. I think Eli Apple's just been outstanding. You know, and even if a guy catches the ball like he does.
This one not over yet. But they have a lot to do. They need 2 touchdowns, 2 2-point conversions. They're in the Buckeye territory. Alize Jones, the
great players.
Look out. Kaiser didn't see the rush coming. It got knocked out by Darren Lee, and Ohio State has recovered. And that should put it in the win column for the Buckeyes. Tracy Sprinkle recovered the fumble.
Well, Darren Lee has a decision to make. He's a talented guy. I think he can benefit from coming back to school. But this is why he's a valuable guy, because he has speed, he blitzes, he avoids contact, and he's able to finish when he gets there, putting that face mask, not the crown of the helmet, the face mask right on the football. And Tracy Sprinkle there to clean it up with the recovery.
And then Urban Meyer with the realization that will tuck it in the win column. Another resume booster for who is clearly now one of the great coaches in the history of college football. With this win, he'll go to 10-2 all-time. Elliott, we'll see if he gets the curtain call.
Be addressed with vigor in the offseason.
They had some disciplinary issues off the field. They had to replace a coach. Recruiting is really heating up right now. All-time great coaches and legends of college football, they're at the top of those lists with Bear Bryant and a few others. C.J. Sanders won't even bother to try to return the punt with Garyon Conley right there in his face.
Running back, you
Well,
need
he's
to
going.
go. It's time to go.
He's already said it, and he's already told Urban Meyer it wasn't just in the frustration after that Michigan State game when he criticized the play call.
Urban got involved, I think, a little bit more in the play calling as the season went on after that.
Kaiser throws. Good catch by Torrey Hunter for a first down out at the. Very proud of this team. Given all the injuries that they had, the schedule that they played, they beat some terrific teams. 4 teams they beat had 10 wins or more. And Ohio State finishes the year with a victory and 12-1.
See, Urban will go meet Brian Kelly. I think that was Brian Kelly's best coaching job of his career this year. I really do. He's outstanding. Notre Dame is fortunate to have a coach like Brian Kelly.
Of course, with the success of these two coaches, their names always come up with NFL openings, and there'll be a bunch in this offseason. But both said very strongly this week they have no interest in going to the NFL. 4 years in a row with 12 or more wins for the Buckeyes. Ezekiel Elliott finishes with 149 yards rushing on 27 carries and a bowl record 4 touchdown runs. And you see Todd there with Coach Meyer. Todd?
Coach, with this win, your seniors get a 50th win. It ties the record for a class with Boise State. How important was it to get those guys this final win?
Oh, I mean, it's as important as anything we've ever done. You know, this group of kids came in with blind faith 4 years ago, and things are kind of, you know, a little turbulent. And to come in and win 50 games and say you're, you know, one of the best teams ever to play college football in that 4-year run, that's a hell of a statement.
You guys win the national championship last year, go through a lot this year. How would you describe this season?
Oh, it is what it is. You know, people have been there, and it's a grind, man. It's expectation levels are sky high, and nothing's ever good enough. But these guys hung in there together, and they won the Fiesta Bowl and against a very good team.
It's a grind. I know you're a little tired, but you still look pretty good, man. I saw you with that Gatorade coming out.
Yeah, I got to get something to eat. I haven't eaten it very well last few days. I was worried about this game. They're a very good team.
Appreciate it, Coach. Thanks. Congratulations.
Todd mentioned it. 50 wins for the senior class, matching the FBS all-time record by that group from Boise State that had 4 straight wins, 4 straight seasons of 12 or more wins, and finished in 2011 with 50 victories, as will Braxton Miller and these seniors.